Rising to fame in 2018, Roderick Wayne Moore Jr., popularly known as Roddy Ricch, is way cooler than you think. He's a professional rapper, singer, and songwriter who originally rose to fame with Die Young, which peaked at number 98 on the Billboard. In 2019, Roddy Ricch was featured on Nipsey Hussle's single, Rack in the Middle, which earned him a Grammy Award for the Best Rap Performance. All being said, Roddy Ricch has amassed quite a lot of wealth, considering his net worth is about $20 million. We will be discussing how he spends his millions. Every rapper is known to have a jewelry collection that they cherish very much. It's almost part of the job description. The same goes for Roddy Ricch. He's known to have some neck pieces that are pretty pricey, with some of his jewelry being made by Iceman Nick, the go-to jeweler for Hollywood's biggest names. You can imagine how expensive his chains are. After his first Grammy win, Roddy Ricch commissioned 7 championship rings from Eliante for his team. These rings mirror the same style as the NBA championship rings, with each custom piece having a mini golden gramophone in the center, 700 written on the side, and a lot of ice all around. These rings cost about $250,000 a piece. Another major diamond piece that he owns is his famous RR chain, also made by Eliante & Company. The price of this jewelry piece has not been disclosed, but we can imagine that it costs anywhere between $250,000 and $400,000. He also owns a 14-karat yellow gold Roddy Ricch piece, partially iced out with white VS Plus diamonds, which must be pretty expensive too. This was his first ever piece to be purchased. He bought it after dropping Feed the Streets. He claims that his chain reminds him of his beginnings and is the only thing with his name on it, and it holds more value to him than some of his more expensive pieces. The price of this necklace is unknown, but we can estimate the value to be at least a few $100,000. Other diamond items owned by Roddy Ricch include his 3 diamond tennis chains, worth almost $100,000 each, an iced out Miami Cuban link chain worth about $75,000, and an Eliante pearl setting Cuban link chain with gold and diamonds that he wears once in a while worth about $60,000. Other accessories owned by Roddy Ricch include his fantastic Cartier sunglasses with different styles, costing about $2,000 a pop. Roddy Ricch is also known to use Creed Aventus cologne. He says that he likes this particular cologne because he feels this is how doctors and lawyers smell. It has that rich people scent, he said. It is one of the most expensive colognes someone can buy, at around $500 for 100 milliliters. What does money buy? Happiness? Maybe. But if it sure can buy you some fancy-ass cars. Like many other rappers, Roddy Ricch has a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, which was the first luxury all-terrain SUV from Rolls-Royce. This luxury SUV has 563 horsepower and it costs about $300,000. He also has a Lamborghini Urus, which is powered by a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine from Audi. It can produce 641 horsepower and has a top speed of about 200 miles per hour. This car also costs about $300,000. That's not all. Roddy Ricch also owns a Ferrari 488 GTB, packing a turbocharged V8 engine. It has 661 horsepower and it costs $265,000. He has also been seen in a Bentley Bentayga, which is regarded as one of the fastest SUVs around, and for a good reason too. It has 600 horsepower, about 200 miles per hour's top speed, and is worth $250,000. A 2020 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat is also part of his car collection, with its insane 6.2-liter V8 engine. It has unique customization, and it costs Roddy Ricch around $120,000. Other cars in his impressive collection include a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, which costs about $110,000 for a base model, a Maserati Quattroporte, also costing about $110,000, as well as a Range Rover Sport, which goes for nearly $120,000. Roddy Ricch's car collection is pretty dope, and it shows just how much he's worth and how much he likes to spend his rap money. As you would expect a now famous rapper, Roddy secured a crib for himself after coming from the trenches, and he didn't get it for some small change. He has invested some of his millions back into real estate, plunking down $5.6 million on a notably secluded property in Los Angeles, California. Tucked deep into the mountains above Beverly Hills and set at the end of a long driveway shared with 3 other estates, the nearly 1-acre compound has a parking lot for up to 10 cars, a large swimming pool, and terraced gardens with a sports court and grassy lawns. As he requested, it also has a fully detached guest house with a bathroom and kitchen, perfect for throwing some massive parties, or to be converted into a gym or music studio. The main house was built in 1960 and has been renovated multiple times since. This nearly 3,500 square foot structure sports a contemporary look with trendy shades of white and gray all around. There are 2 master bedrooms in the house, one upstairs and one down, with spa-like bathrooms and custom closets. There are also 2 other bedrooms and 3 other spa-like bathrooms. Nearly all of the home's public rooms have accordion-style glass doors that open to the property's expansive patios, ideal for entertaining purposes. Its all-new kitchen has stone countertops, custom cabinetry, and designer stainless appliances. There's also a media room with blackout shades and hardwood floors throughout the entire house. Mature trees and towering hedges surround the estate, offering a lot of privacy on the Mulholland Drive estate, which happens to directly border the primary residence of the late Eddie Van Halen. As you know, no drip is complete without having a suitable wristwatch to match it. And nowadays, watches do more than tell time. They can also show your class and your level of wealth. You can understand why Roddy Ricch spends quite a lot on wristwatches alone. And not just any wristwatches, the kind that will make you drool. He was once seen wearing a 42mm Richard Mille RM055 Bubba Watson in titanium with an afterset baguette-cut diamond bezel and a skeleton dial. I mean, when a watch has a description that long, it goes to show just how expensive it is. As you guessed, this watch is quite expensive, costing him a whopping $550,000. That's like 2 Ferraris on his wrist. Roddy Ricch also owns a bust-down Patek Philippe Nautilus watch, a stainless steel diamond-encrusted 40mm watch with a white dial he wears on special occasions. This iced-out watch cost about $100,000. Another watch in his collection is an 18-karat yellow gold Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day Date, which costs about $60,000. Growing up from a young age, Roddy Ricch has always loved to wear sneakers. It is one of the most essential accessories. With his rise to fame, his taste in sneakers has gotten even more expensive and impressive. Roddy Ricch has always liked wearing Jordan Retro 1s, of which he has many pairs. He also wears many Nike LeBron collection sneakers, which he explained that his dad got him his first pair as a kid. He also likes wearing old school Nike Air Maxes, his favorite being the 97s. He also wears a couple of Puma sneakers once in a while. With his vast love for sneakers, you can imagine what his footwear collection looks like, and none of them come cheap, as most of his designer shoes cost between $2,000 to $3,000 a pair. But even with his vast collection, Roddy Ricch says that he sticks to Nike Air Jordan 1s most of the time. It might not be that big of a surprise knowing about his past, but Roddy Ricch had a legal issue in 2019 where he was arrested on felony for domestic violence charges in Los Angeles following an altercation with his girlfriend. The charges were dropped by the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office after the case was declined due to insufficient evidence. The initial arrest stemmed from a verbal conflict between Roddy Ricch and his bae that eventually got physical. However, according to a report by TMZ, neither Roddy Ricch nor his girlfriend needed any medical attention. After the arrest, Roddy Ricch was released on a bond worth $50,000. Thank you, $1 million lawyer, I guess. It's also known that Roddy is now a baby daddy, after having a son with model and businesswoman Ali Minotti in 2020. And that's it. Thank you for watching how Roddy Ricch spends his millions.